it's lost. See if I can save it and have my way with anybody wants. Lay the head on my lap, bring it back from the dead.
Me and Jimmy hang around pretty regularly, and he always wanted to try to get the band back together, and I was like, no fucking way. I grew up listening to AC/DC and Pink Floyd and you know, classic rock, things like that. And then I started loving Hank Williams and Louis Armstrong and people like that. And I was just thinking, God, wouldn't that be great if like AC/DC played Hank Williams tunes, or like Hank Williams, you know, like sang lead for AC/DC. Basically, I just wanted to have like a rock and roll band that sounded like they're influenced by 20s and 30s blues and jazz. Plus, this Tom Waits like showed me like you can take a song that's 300 years old, like those chord progressions, and make it your own style of music completely.
I was going to DePaul. I was a music performance major, and I really didn't want to do that. Because like at the back of an orchestra, there's 12 upright basses, but you can't hear any of them.
I was looking for an upright bass player, and then I thought, yeah, tall blonde would work. That'd be good.
Dan said all the right things. Like, you said Tom Waits, you said, you know, Hank Williams. I was looking for an excuse to drop out of school, and I just, you know, fell in love with his songwriting. Plus, like, you know, he made me sing, which I never thought I'd be able to do.
Then we found Jimmy through an ad in the Reader.
When I read the Reader, bastardized blues, country, waltz, jazz, rock, punk, the girl I was living with, the woman I was living with that description, bastardized country, blues, waltz, jazz, whatever. She's like, call that, call that. When I first joined the band, Dan told me if I was a drummer, I would listen to nothing but John Bonham and Sabbath. And when he told me that, that's all I listened to. After that, it just really gelled.
When we started playing with him, it just opened up everything, and it felt like the closest thing that I've ever played with, like John Bonham, playing swing beats, you know.
I was dating Dan's brother, and then we all just started hanging out. So I sang with them at the Double Door, and then it just felt really, really good. And then eventually I started coming to practices, and yeah, we just started coming up with some really killer 3-part harmonies.
I wanted somebody to sing with. Like I would do all the 4 tracks, like just by myself, and it was like he was impossible to teach how to sing harmonies.
I'd always played acoustic guitar, and then Danny and I went over to Midwest Buy and Sell, and I bought my first electric guitar, which I'm still playing. Her name is Connie, my Silvertone.
All of a sudden she started playing this like amazing shit in the studio. Like one of the most beautiful solos I've ever heard in my entire life is on Dear Little Girl.
I love Nora's guitar style because never overplays and it's super tasteful. Everything was really immediate. We met you in maybe October, and then you came like a month and a half after that, right?
Yeah.
And then I think we signed with Bloodshot like in June or something.
We were always associated with Bloodshot because we were playing at Lounge Acts. The women that owned that place just booked us with a bunch of Bloodshot bands, and Nan and Rob would be like, they're not on our label, but we just kind of got associated with them a lot.
What I remember from Bloodshot was that they wanted us to get our live show together. And we did that, and then after we got our live show together, they signed us.
It took a little while to figure out if we were all going to work together. Rob had a concern about, he's like, you guys aren't an all-country band, but you're going to get lumped in. It's like, did that bother you? And then that was a concern for them, because they were like, that was what they really wanted to do. But I think you said, I'm tired of losing sleep over it, let's do a record. So like, all right, we got to put the record out, we got to get that stuff done. And we got some kind of order, like you can't use the Black Family. There's another group in Ireland.
Really?
Yeah.
Mary Black. You ever hear Mary Black?
Yeah, her band is
Her
Black
bitch family.
We were all really upset. We had a week to come up with a new name.
To bed. When it's gone, no one gets laid. So I tried 4 times, get away.
Actually, I got a tattoo of it. I was so heartbroken that I got fucking Black Family on my fucking arm. That's when I joined Black Family.
We're still not over it, actually.
Never coming back, never coming back, never coming back, never coming back. My mother says I'm just like my father says. I'm a better lover.
They never interfered or made any suggestions at all. Which was weird because I thought somebody's putting up all this money, they're gonna be, making suggestions. So I was like, wow, they're really hands
Artistic
off.
freedom.
Yeah, it was really great.
I know how you love your daddy, and I saw how he loved you too. So now be wary of who you kiss tonight, 'cause he's wrong, that's what seems is right.
Everyone was dressing down and we were dressing up. This was like when grunge was at the height.
Basically, it was just friggin' fun. And also, since we were a country band, or we were on Bloodshot, and everyone's like, like shoegazers and like, wearing like downtrodden clothes, and they're like, they're super hip, like, trucker caps, like before they were like Ashton Kutchered. Like, it was like, fuck it, man, we're gonna wear suits and like makeup.
I was really into old school like entertainment, you know, where you just didn't go up in your street clothes.
I am crazy as a sinner can be. Thousands of devils are screaming at me. They go, oh lady, 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 oh lady.
I don't know why I got like all fucking whack job on the wigs and like
It's fun to play dress up. It's so fun to play dress up.
We started to do some touring too, and we did some really weird shit out of town. Like we'd find hula hoops at a thrift store, and then like push tables together and do hula hoops, and like going out in the crowd with a long mic cord. And we just started doing stuff like that because we're playing, you know, in Cleveland on a Tuesday, and there's 8 people there. It's like, let's get all these 8 people to come back and tell some other people. So we just tried to, you know, to do a little, you know, some gimmicks, you know.
This guy had an all-white suit, 3-piece suit. Yeah, vest with that thing? No, it's just 2-piece.
I mean, yeah.
And then he had this. What kind of red tie was that? Like a colonel tie?
No, it's just like a string tie.
String tie, Kentucky Fried Chicken, man. I mean, he just looked tough, man. Tough. Just white, red, bow tie. And then, like, after the first night, there was, like, blood and dirt and all kinds of crap on it. So that's the thing about dressing up and going on the road, man. You gotta keep that shit clean.
It wasn't really a conscientious, like, make a stand effort. It was just, I think we just enjoyed it. And it was fun. When it got boring, we stopped doing it.
Hey, it's the showbiz, you know. So at least if we sounded like shit, you know, we look good.
I left between albums, so I'm not on the second album. It just got really hard, like being on the road, not making any money, you know, half of us sleeping in someone's basement, half of us sleeping in the van, you know, not making any money, eating like shit, drinking like crazy people. As much as I loved that 45 minutes every night, the rest of the day was hard.
I don't think we looked for anybody else. We're just like, all right, we're a 3-piece now. How I felt when Nora left, I mean, I really can't remember because I was in like a real bad way. Like recording that second record, it was real depressing. Jimmy laid his drum tracks down and then left. And then me and Gina spent 2 weeks in the studio just doing it. It was like January, and we were both drinking way too much, and it was really depressing.
There's 6 for you and there's 6 for me. I can't seem to fix what we've come to be.
Keeping 4 people in a van, traveling around, playing music. I mean, it's just horrible to begin with. Like, you have no privacy, you know, you eat horribly. If, you know, you might get your own bed, never. And then you get 2 people who are together in a relationship, like me and Gina were. And then we always like to break up, you know, and then like go on the road, and then we get back together, and then break up again. So not only were we always making each other miserable, then, you know, we were making everybody else around us miserable too.
Fell in love, got a baby. We were fighting.
California.
So I was like, all right, either I'm going to fight with the girl or I'm going to fight with the band. So I chose the girl.
When he left the band, you know, we couldn't replace him. If Nora didn't want to do it, I probably wouldn't do it, you know, just because, like, that's what the real band was, you know, it was the 4 of us. Oh, wait, you started, and then he comes in, and then I come in.
I start by myself?
Yeah.
of fate. Like I was listening to the first record one morning a few months back, and I was like, damn, this was so good. I loved playing these songs. I love these songs, and there was some real magic being in this band. And a couple hours later, I got an email from Danny, and he said, hey, I've been talking to Gina and James, and thinking about getting the band back together. What do you think about that? Or thinking about doing a reunion show. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? I just listened to the record this morning. Okay.
The fundamental friendship that has always been there, that's still there. I've played with a bunch of wonderful musicians since Dan and I played together, but there's just been no one really to replace these guys. I've never had such a satisfying experience playing music as I have with these three.
You can't deny some chemistry they have with people. I mean, I guess that's why everyone gets back together with their bands. Like everybody does it, because like when you find something like that, you have to respect it and try to use it, because it doesn't come along very often.